Welcome to episode 38 of Credit 101. So in this episode, we're going to talk about the different reforms that the CFPB have actually offered us, you guys, and when it comes down to credit disputes. So understand that the CFPB is where you can actually make complaints if you have any problems with the accounts that's being listed on your credit reports. We're going to go ahead and check out their website, but I wanted to tell you a few things about this company. So they want to make sure that they ensure that our accounts are accurate, so we can send in complaints with them. And then if we send in complaints, they will notify us within 15 days of the outcome, usually on an account. Sometimes it may take longer, sometimes it can be shorter. And they're going to make sure that they include relevant information. So say if we have certain information, they're going to make sure that they send this information over to the company that we're complaining about. And then I want you all to make sure that you check out the new requirements or the newer requirements for the collection companies, because there's a lot of new regulation around these different companies. So this is the website for the CFPB. I definitely want you guys to check them out. Look around. This is where you guys can file a complaint. So you can file a complaint against the credit bureaus, and also understand too, most companies respond within 15 days. Every week there's more than 20,000 complaints, okay, that's being sent out. So understand that this is where you guys can file complaints. This system was put in place, I believe, after the crash in 2008, 2009. This system was actually put into place. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be helping the consumers, you guys. So if you have a problem, you can definitely come here and file a complaint and look into other information on here that you can use. So start a new complaint. If the credit bureaus are not removing accounts from your credit reports, I definitely suggest that you guys go there and actually file a complaint. But the CFPB can be a great resource for you. Hey, welcome to episode 39 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about how you guys can avoid the credit bureau saying that your disputes are frivolous. If they say that your disputes are frivolous, that means that they're not going to respond to your disputes. So they don't care exactly what you put on that letter, don't care about any of that. They're not going to respond at all. So I want to tell you guys what you can do to avoid that. Now, usually they say it's dispute if you send out like multiple disputes of the same letter, or sometimes if you don't have your correct information, or you keep disputing like the same thing with the same reason. So that's usually when they say it's going to be frivolous. Or say sometimes they may say you're working with a credit repair company, they're not going to answer those disputes. So to avoid this, I'm going to talk about what you guys can do. So first off, make sure that you guys are using the exact information that's on your credit reports when you filing those disputes. Don't just say, oh, I know I have a Capital One account. Look on your credit reports, see what's the name of the Capital One account, add the exact name, how they have it listed on each credit bureau, and then also add that account number. That can avoid them saying that your dispute is frivolous. Make sure you guys include evidence on why this account should be removed. Not just saying this account should be removed from my credit report, but actually including evidence on why it should be removed. Also, don't send the same letter. I talked about that. Don't send the same exact letter. I know I have a free letter on my website, Rickita.com. You guys can see it right there at the top, but please don't send that same letter every time. Like, switch it up. There's other letters that you can send out, and it's other letters in there that I have available. Don't send that letter out, the same exact letter with the same thing, because they can say it's frivolous, and that's not what you want. And make sure you guys, when you get that free letter on my website, Rickita.com, reorganize some of the information. So if I got a paragraph up here, move it down to the bottom, because other people are getting that letter. So you don't want them to think that that is the same exact letter. Even though you have different accounts on there, I still like to reorganize the letters. And I still, if I'm sending out letters for like people that's in my membership, if I send out those free letters for them, I still reorganize that. I don't send out the same letter for years. I make sure I reorganize those letters to make sure that they are effective. Make sure you guys send out your letters certified. I showed you guys about sending out letters certified. So make sure you guys do that. Send out your letters certified and be clear and specific on your letters too. Don't just say this account should be deleted. No, this account should be deleted from my credit reports because the date open is inaccurate. It should be this date, or it should be that date, or Experian saying this and TransUnion saying that. Make sure you guys be clear, specific, and make sure you say exactly what is wrong on there. The payment history on this account is inaccurate. For July 2023, you reported that I was late for TransUnion, but how am I late on TransUnion when Equifax say I'm on time? And I was never late on this account at all. Please update this account to paid as agreed. Certain things like that you need to make sure you add on there, and that's where you want to have to actually learn more about disputes and talking, in a matter that shows that you're not just putting frivolous information down on there. And make sure you keep copies of everything. That's going to be key. Keep copies, and then follow up with all your disputes when you send them out to the credit bureaus. Make sure you follow up with your disputes. You can simply call them, make sure that they have them, and ask them, hey, are you guys done with this dispute? When would you guys be done? Just get information. And if they don't delete something, ask them why they didn't delete it. Like I always say, why didn't delete it? Like why you couldn't delete it? So I say on the other end from the bureaus, they'll say, okay, I'll put something else in. And sometimes they'll actually put something in that can help you get it deleted. And also consider legal help. If for some reason they don't get deleted, consider talking to an attorney that can actually help you with this. That legal help can actually help you a lot. And sending complaints, we talked about the CFPB, also sending complaints to the Better Business Bureau, that can also help you. But doing all these different things can help you make sure that your disputes are not coming back as frivolous. Hey, welcome to episode 40 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about sending disputes to the creditor or the collector, depending on who is actually reporting this information. So I want you to know that you can send disputes to the creditor or collector. We already talked about sending disputes to the credit bureaus. We already know that we can do that, but I want you guys to know that you can also send disputes directly to the creditor and the collection companies. Now, they do have to respond to your disputes. And when you guys send out your disputes, they have 30 days to respond. So they cannot avoid your disputes. They have to respond to these disputes. Now, certain companies will have a special address that they want you to send those disputes to. So just find out what that address is. Once you find out what that address is, you just send the dispute directly to that address. Now, if they do not respond, sometimes they may think that you're working with a credit repair company. And when they think that you're working with a credit repair company, they actually don't have to respond. So that's why I tell people that when you're sending out these disputes, or if you're getting letters, I'm going to show you guys a few letters that you can use. When you're getting these letters, make sure you guys send these letters certified. So if you send a letter certified, they are not going to just think you're just working with a credit repair company, because credit repair companies do not usually send out letters certified. So I tell people, just send your letter certified. Make sure you mix it up some, add additional things, move things around, and they should be able to answer your disputes. Now, when you send in your disputes, make sure you send the disputes to the credit bureaus first. That way that the company can be held liable. If you guys do not send your disputes to the credit bureaus first, then when you guys want to think about suing these companies, they can say, hey, you didn't start the dispute with the credit bureaus. But definitely talk to an FCRA attorney about this. But I know when I personally sued the collection company, I made sure I sent it with the credit bureaus first. I sent a dispute there first. I had them say, hey, this account is verified, whatever they're going to say. If they don't want to remove it, then I send disputes directly with the company, because at that time you said, hey, the account is verified. So I had the right to actually send disputes to that company. So definitely send a simple letter. I had a letter for free on my website. I'll show you guys in a little bit how you can send that letter, but send that to the credit bureaus first. Wait your 30 days, then go ahead and send that letter to that collection company or that creditor, whoever you send that letter to. And then too, if you get any deletions, say if a company said that they're going to delete those accounts, make sure you guys send these different deletions to the credit bureaus, letting them know, hey, they said that they were going to delete the account. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you all about that. Let's actually look at the letters that you can send directly to the company. So here's my website, Rickita.com. I have a few letters here that you guys can use to send the letters directly to the company. So here is that free dispute letter. And it's a credit card list attached to credit cards that I like, or credit cards that I personally have. So definitely check out this free dispute letter. You get that instantly. And then we have this right here where you can get letters for late payments, student loans, collections, charge-offs, and bankruptcies. When you guys get these letters, let's say, for example, you get this one right here for collections. It's a collection removal letter. It's only $27 and you're getting 6 letters. So you're getting letters to send to the credit bureaus. And I suggest that you send the letter that's in here and not that free one, because these are targeting collections. But you send that letter to that credit bureau, and then also you'll get letters to send to the collection company right after. So you don't have to guess what to send. It's a letter built in already that tells you exactly what you need to send to the credit bureaus. You just fill in that account information on there. But you have a few letters you can send: late payments, student loans, collections, charge-offs, and bankruptcies. So late payments, student loans, collection, and bankruptcy, all 4 of those packages got letters that's going directly to the creditor and the credit bureaus. So you don't have to think, okay, Rickita, so I can send one to the creditor. What do I send? It's one already in there. It's only $27 for a package. And I know your account is way more than $27. And then you also have the bankruptcy removal letter. But this one right here is not going directly to a company, because your bankruptcy is being reported by most likely a courthouse, okay? And usually they're getting information from LexisNexis or another third-party company. So you're mainly only sending these letters to the credit bureaus. All right. But with these other ones, they have the letters that can go directly to the collection company. And also they can go directly to the creditor. So definitely make sure you all check this out. Now we're going to talk about what if they don't respond in our next one. So what if the credit reporting agency don't respond? So let's go ahead and talk about that in episode 41.